Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, talking about the do's and the don'ts of the financial markets. If you're just tuning in, Al was shedding some light on what is important to make smarter investing decisions. Some of the things that you don't know that you might want to understand to learn, because these techniques that we talk about every single week, that the smart money is utilizing, buying low, selling high, shorting the market, protecting positions, insuring portfolios. These techniques are also available to us in the financial markets, and that could be in our retirement accounts or our regular trading accounts. If you happen to miss 2 tickets for that investing class that we do right here in Bloomington, call 952-814-4410 or text the word INVEST to the number 484848. When you call in right now or text, you're going to receive that Cryptocurrency Foundations course. This is a hot topic, as I mentioned earlier. This is the internet of 1995. This is decentralized finance, is really where our technology and financial markets are really going to be going here potentially in the future. Now, Al, you want to get into a topic that I think is a thought behind everybody's thought process in trading and investing, because we're told by Wall Street or TV or brokers and advisors, don't go do this because it takes a lot of time, because you have to do all this different analysis, analyzing companies, balance sheets, earnings reports, everything, right? Well, the institutions are doing that. That's the great thing, is they're doing the leg work. Now, I want to make sure our listeners understand it does take a little bit of time to trade and invest, but it's maximizing your time efficiently, using your time wisely. That's what I think we're told as a young kid. Hey, use your time wisely when you're doing this. Don't waste your time, right? So I want you to kind of pull back the curtain on that aspect of how to maximize or utilize your time the right way in your trading and investment decisions, because a lot of people probably listening right now work. And they say, oh, I want to be able to trade and invest as well, but I work. How does somebody still do that and still have a job?
Yeah. Well, first of all, understand that what Wall Street wants you to do isn't necessarily what's in your best interest. Wall Street gets a lot of their income from fees that you pay for them to manage your money. So they're going to try to condition you to believe, for whatever reason, that you need them, that you can't do this on your own. Either it's too complicated, we address that with education, or that you just don't have the time to do it. And we understand that, and we understand the value of your time. Listen, we have a lot of students that are doctors, surgeons. We have students that are business owners.
Construction people, Uber drivers. We get a lot of teachers that come here, nurses.
Attorneys, right. Pretty much every occupation you can think of.
Well, if you think about it, Al, it's actually everyday people.
Well,
that's
yeah,
the thing, is everyday people.
And everybody has this time issue. So we have really built our education around that concept or that issue, understanding that people, not everybody can be available during the 6.5 hours that the stock market is open. And there are assets you can trade that are available 24 hours a day.
Interesting.
And we started talking before about the income part of your life. Well, those are the assets that can be used for that short-term income, for additional cash. They happen to be available 24 hours a day. That's the futures market, the foreign exchange market. And our education, though, is built in a way where you can do it at your leisure. If you want to look at classes that are recorded, you can do that. If you want to take classes that are live in our center, you can come in and do that. So you really can choose, a way of doing this that fits within your time schedule. The other thing that Wall Street has convinced you to believe is that it takes too much time to trade. You have to sit in front of a computer all day. You've got to watch what's going on. That's exactly the opposite of what we want our students to do and how we teach them to address these markets.
Yeah, Al, I was actually talking to a nurse this past week, and she was talking about, hey, I work during the week, during the day. I'm trying to, I think her shift was 7 to 3 o'clock or something. And she's like, I work during the stock market hours. I really want to get into the markets, but I just don't know how. That's the great thing what Al is talking about with these 24-hour markets, the futures market, the Forex market, is you have the ability to do this after hours, really after business hours, but these markets are still actually open.
Yeah, and we also understand that it's going to take different amounts of time for people to get to the point where they feel comfortable, where they're able to do this on a consistent basis, which we talked about consistency before. So really, the education path that you follow is structured for you based on your unique timetable and your personality. But if you are looking at additional income now, it's a different way of investing than Wall Street has you doing. Wall Street's got you convinced you need to use them, but unfortunately, they put you into a type of a portfolio, a type of investment that really is that long-term buy and hope kind of a strategy where you might need additional income now. In fact, in order to be able to have what you might need in retirement to live the retirement you want, maybe you have to have an additional source of income now. What happens if something happens to your job? That pretty much eliminates your primary source of income. A lot of people that are probably the majority of the people that are truly financially successful in this world, especially in this country, have as many as 5 different sources of income. And that's not 5 jobs. No one wants to do that. But the market provides additional sources of income. Futures, there's one source. Forex, there's another source. Options, stock, real estate. There's a number of ways that you can address these markets where you don't have to put a lot of time into it. One of the things that we've done is put together a trading analysis education platform that all of our students use, where you just go through a number of steps. It's a rules-based process that you follow that basically keeps your emotions out of it, but it gets you to the point where it identifies whether this is a quality trade worth looking at, or it will tell you if it's not a good trade. Based on your specific parameters, it might tell you with an alert, hey, don't do this, it violates your risk level or the number of contracts you can have. It keeps you out of trouble, which is probably more important than identifying what to get into.
Yeah, I like that you're talking about having multiple sources of potential income, and that there's a quote from Buffett, something along the lines of, you have to make money while you sleep, otherwise you're going to work until you die.
For the rest of your life, right.
And that's the great thing about these 24-hour markets is that you have the potential to do that. Yeah. You have the opportunity to have your positions and your money work for you in the evening, because these markets are open around the clock. We've been talking a lot about the cryptocurrency market. Phenomenal market to be in. This is actually a 24/7 market. This market
Correct.
actually never closes. It's actually open right now as we speak, so you can actually trade on Saturday if you want to. If you want to learn more about these different markets, these 24-hour markets, call 952-814-4410 to have the potential to learn the skills to generate potential income in the evening. 952-814-4410, or text the word invest to the number 484848. Click the link, pick a date for the class. You're going to get that cryptocurrency course when you do that. And Al, we talk about a lot too, is a lot of people actually think they have to invest all of their money into the market at one time. Say somebody has, let's say, for example, $50,000 or $100,000. They think they have to put all that money in the market. Well, these markets also have leverage, so that's utilizing or maximizing the efficiency of your capital. So taking smaller amounts of capital, so say you have that $50,000, maybe using a small portion like $5,000 in a position to utilize the leverage to have that potential to generate that income. And we were talking a little bit earlier about how to do this in any time of day, Al. Just kind of real quick here to just talk about the day in the life of a trader investor. What does that actually look like? Is it trading as many times a day, or is it unemotional when you do it like an institution does?
No, it really is not much different than your day right now. The one thing we want our students to understand is that you don't need to put a lot of time into doing this. I talked about that trading analysis and education platform. It's called Click. One of the goals with Click was to help you to structure a trader investment where you can set the trade up and then walk away and feel comfortable, because if you are wrong, you're protected with that safety net, so your principal's protected. If you're right and that trade reaches the profit potential that is available there, then you're out at that point automatically. You do not have to be there when this is happening. The trading software does that work for you.
Just to clarify, too, Al's not talking about this doesn't take any time. What he's talking about is how to use your time efficiently. Because if you think about it, anything worthwhile takes a little bit of time.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. We want to try to simplify things and give you more of your time to spend doing the things that are enjoyable to you while you have that time.
Talk a little more about how to place your trades and walk away from it.
Yeah, well, first of all, the first thing you have to identify is the right price. Understand, first of all, what you're investing. And we talked about, you mentioned leverage. You've kind of thrown that into the discussion here now. The assets that we talked about before that trade 24 hours a day, futures and Forex, they also trade with leverage, as does options. And what we mean by that is that a small amount of money Your broker will allow you with a small amount of money to control a much larger investment. So people that feel they can't participate because a lot of the stocks out there right now, the prices are in the multi-hundred to multi-thousand-dollar range per share, which keeps a lot of people out of these markets. Well, with these other assets, you can participate with a small amount of money with leverage. So every dollar might control $10 or $20 or $50 or $100 worth of something. That's maximizing the value of your investments. It allows you to participate with smaller amounts of money in something you might not have or might have thought you couldn't participate in before. It also allows you, when you're in retirement, to take a small amount of your retirement money,
pieces of it,
and then maybe use that to overcome the impact of inflation or overcome the impact of fees in maybe your 401k or your 403b.
Al, I think it feels like we're almost talking like one of my favorite cartoons, Bob the Builder. Can you fix it? Yes, you can. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Can you manage your portfolios? Can you make these decisions just like those institutions? Yes, you can, but you got to learn the skills and techniques to do that, and it starts in these investing classes, Al.
Cartoon investment advice there.
You're exactly right, but it doesn't matter what your wealth is. There's markets that brokers will allow you to utilize the capital that you do have. So it doesn't matter where you start. The most important thing to do is actually start.
Yeah.
So call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for the investing class to get started on how to utilize leverage, how to utilize your time efficiently, and how to utilize the right markets to have the potential to generate income in your income accounts or your wealth bucket. It's always had that potential. 952-814-4410 or text the word invest to the number 484848. You're going to receive a link back for 2 tickets and to pick a date, I should say, and then you're going to get that Cryptocurrency Foundations course. Al, we got one more to come. It's the fourth quarter. Hand is up for what's next.
What do you need to concentrate on to add golden to your retirement years?
Those golden years of retirement, the best time of our lives, is what they say. 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for the investing class. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We will be right back.